Let me ask you something. Have you ever, really looked at that thing behind your head in your car? We all call it a headrest, right? Something for comfort on a long drive. Well, what if I told you that's a flat out dangerous mistake? Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the hidden, life saving job of a part of your car you've probably been ignoring your whole life. So, picture this. You're just sitting there at a red light. Maybe you're listening to music, thinking about your day, a moment you've been in 1,000 times before, totally normal. And then out of nowhere, bam, there is this insane jolt. The car behind you just didn't see you. In that split second, your car seat acts like a catapult, launching your entire body forward. But your head, because of inertia, it gets left behind for just a fraction of a second. That's it, 1/10 of a second. That is literally faster than you can blink. And that tiny, tiny window of time is all it takes for a potentially life-altering injury to happen. It's called whiplash. And this whiplash effect is absolutely brutal. Your neck gets hit with these incredible forces as your head is violently snapped backward. It's just a terrifyingly common injury, even in what looks like a minor fender bender. Okay, so let's break this all down. Here's our game plan. We're going to start with just how real this danger is. Then we'll uncover your headrest's true mission. We'll look at the different types, bust some seriously deadly myths, and then finish up with a super simple check that could literally save your neck. All right, first up, let's get a handle on how common this really is. Because it turns out the most frequent type of car crash is the exact one that causes this kind of injury. Now check out this data. Rear-end collisions, they make up 28%. That's more than a quarter of all crashes. Think about that. This isn't some freak accident we're talking about. It's a critical risk for every single one of us every time we get on the road. So if getting rear-ended is so common, what's our defense? Well, it is time to completely change how you think about that thing behind your head, because its real job has nothing to do with comfort. It's all about physics. First things first, let's call it by its real name. Car engineers, the people who design this stuff for a living, they don't call it a headrest. They call it a head restraint system. The name itself tells you everything you need to know. Its job is to restrain, to limit, to stop your head from whipping around in a crash. And you know what? Here is the absolute perfect way to think about it. It's not a pillow, it's a catcher's mitt for your head. In a rear-end crash, your head is like a 100-mile-an-hour fastball flying backward. That head restraint is the mitt, and it has to be in the perfect position to catch it and absorb all that force before your neck snaps. And the numbers? Well, the numbers are just staggering. Data from Volvo's massive database of accident research shows that a properly positioned head restraint can slash the risk of neck injuries by up to 54%. That is cutting your risk of a lifelong chronic pain injury in half. So how does this catcher's mitt actually do its job? Well, they're not all designed the same way, but the basic safety idea is the same across the board. Okay, so most cars on the road have a simple manual headrest. It's super reliable and incredibly effective. But here's the catch. Only if you actually adjust it. Then you've got active systems, usually in pricier cars, that actually move forward to meet your head in a crash. Pretty cool. And finally, you have fixed headrests, like in sports cars, which are really stable, but yeah, can be a one-size-fits-all kind of problem. But just knowing the type you have is only half the story. Now, we have got to talk about some incredibly common and incredibly dangerous myths that put people in serious danger every single day. All right, let's kick it off with a big one. We all love a soft pillow, right? So it feels right that a softer, more cushiony headrest would be safer. Makes sense, doesn't it? Nope, absolutely not. In fact, a headrest that's too soft isn't just less safe, it's a huge danger. And here's why. That foam isn't there for comfort. It's engineered to absorb a massive amount of energy. The goal is to be externally soft but internally rigid. If it's too soft, like a pillow, your head just sinks into it during a crash, and that actually makes the whiplash worse by letting your neck bend at an even sharper angle. It should feel firm to the touch. Okay. Which brings us right to myth number 2. You have all seen these, right? Those big, cushy memory foam pillows you can strap onto your headrest for extra support. They look comfortable. They must be a good thing, right? Let me be completely 100% clear. These things are one of the most dangerous aftermarket accessories you could possibly put in your car, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Okay, so engineers use these things called sled tests to simulate a crash. Now, dummy A has a correctly positioned headrest. Watch what happens. In the crash, its head is caught almost instantly. The neck bend is minimal. Now look at dummy B. It has one of those pillows creating a gap, and what you see is absolutely horrifying. The head whips back and the neck bends to almost a 90-degree angle. The sensors inside Dummy B aren't just showing a high risk of injury, they are showing forces that, in a real person, would be catastrophic or fatal. That comfy pillow you bought for $10 completely defeated a $1 million safety system and created a deadly gap. Okay, I know that was intense, but now for the really good news. Preventing this nightmare scenario is incredibly easy. It takes less than 10 seconds, it costs absolutely nothing, and you can and should do it right now. This is it. This is all you have to remember. Just 2 simple steps. First, the height. Push the button and move that headrest up or down so the middle of it is level with about the top of your ears. That makes sure it catches your head, not your neck. Second, the distance. The gap between the back of your head and the restraint should be small, no more than 2 or 3 fingers wide. Closer is always better. So, the next time you get in your car or your friend's car or a rental, take those 10 seconds. Check the height, check the distance, because that thing behind your head isn't a head rest. It's a head restraint. Just remember this one thing. It's not there for you to lean on. It's there to catch you. And making sure it can, well, that might be the most important thing you do all day.